Opala, I am sorry to do this, but I'm not very clever. I don't know how to do this, but I'm not very clever. I'm into music. This is the church. This is the church, and uh, I'm not very clever. I was born in Chile. Oh, what's going on? Wow. Oh, there's an update on the TV. All right, Chile updates. Chile. Oh, International Computer Network. International Computer. Anyway, I'm Hector from Chile, 34 years in Australia, never been to Chile. I'm losing my face, I'm losing everything. I'm crazy, I'm on this, I'm on that. Oh, I'm very sad that I tried a lot. I listen and reply. I need like lifestyle, and I need to get on to the Bible. I don't read it. I don't know what to do. Other silly, upset, silly things, and I am very, very, very sorry. My mother, I think, was Catholic, but then she changed to Christian. You know what I mean? The church that she went to wasn't suitable for her. She didn't, you know what I mean? My father would just go to any church, you know what I mean? He'd just go there, oh yeah, that one, that's where they're going today, and then we invite to here, we invite to, in the village, you can go 1, 2, 3 churches. You see, silly. I don't know who many churches or how the churches, who dominated the churches, who made so many churches for one Bible, eh? But anyway, let's not debate that who made the churches. Why aren't the forces, the elite army forces, not in the border of war zones? Okay, let's pretend we know what we're doing. Excuse me, please be nice, beautiful. I love you. Hector is single. I'm single. I've got a lot of potential. I do a lot of things. If you think about it, I'm now very, very, very tired now. I'm overdone or something. Or I don't know how this works, but people abuse me. People do. Oh, you're fat, so spit in his face, kill him, man, fucking. Hector, don't talk like that. That's disgusting. Listen to the Bible, please. But I don't read the Bible, bro. My Aborigine friends drink alcohol. Hector, is there... Fuck. Hector, please listen to people, please. Excuse me. Here goes nothing, and my mother is Christian. She goes to a Christian church once a month, and if she can, she goes to another once in English, once in Spanish. Latin American one, Jesus Christ, that died for us on the cross for our sins. Anyway, we got to learn. Hector stupid, Hector stupid, Hector stupid, Hector stupid. Huh, I'm into me, Hector. I'm embarrassed. Okay, Hector.
Basanizo. And basanizo means to torture, to torment, to bring excruciating pain. And this is the root word that the word jailer is created from. And basanizo is used only 12 times in the Bible. And I want to walk you through 3 of these and show you how basanizo is used, so we can understand when it says that the king, our father, will turn us over to the jailers when we have unrepented sin. I want to show you what this starts to look like in real life and what we see in Scripture of how this word basanizo is being translated. So let's look at this real quick. The first one comes from Matthew 8, verses 5 and 6. So this is Matthew 8, 5 and 6. And it says, when he had entered Capernaum, a centurion came forward to him, appealing to him, Lord, my servant is lying at home, paralyzed, suffering terribly. So that word suffering is basanizo. Okay? Suffering is basanizo. And what it means is a physical suffering. In this case, it is a paralysis. I remember PA and I were out at Walmart, and we were going into the store. There was this couple out front, homeless couple. We stopped and said, "Hey, we're out praying for people. Can we pray for you on anything?" And it was something, I forget exactly what it was.
Yes. What's the word? When the person dies, you give your sympathy, you give when they die, they go to another planet, to another the people that died before you, you might see them. If you see someone, you might see them. If you be nice, you might see these people. I saw a sexy lady. She works also in a restaurant. She was serving the plates and the food, and she was nice, tall. And when she came up to me and she said, "Oh, hello, how can I help you?" I looked at her and I went, "Mm." And then I thought about it. I wanted to slap myself. Wakey, wakey, Hector. Wakey, wakey, mate. And I went, that's what I feel like doing, right? They're like, what can I help you? All right, right. I said, I would like this spaghetti bolognese with this sandwich, sambo, whatever it was. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful with a milkshake and a cup of coffee. I had heaps, right? I had heaps. I spent good money there. That lady made me feel really, 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 really good, man. It made me feel, you know what I mean? My culture, in my people who died for conquer, the Spanish conquer my country, Chile, and political and religion and other things that avoid or hurt, like the end, the rapture or something. I don't know how to explain it. I do not know the answer for this, but I have in my imagination that someone pretty nice, very, very nice people are going to change me and say, Hector, we'd like you to stop all those nonsense, drinking, smoking. Maybe you can do that if you want to, but that'll just destroy you anyway. You know, you can do whatever, but we do not want you to understand that our Father, whoever, thinks that you are a sinner. This is where you're getting upset. We're not calling you sinners or anything. Well, do whatever, Hector. But you must learn the Bible. You must learn to read it. Facts, mind-blowing, the Bible. But we're not saying you're a sinner or anything like that, but we are. What do you mean you're saying I'm not a sinner, but you are? What's that mean? And I got confused, and I wanted to kill that. It was stupid. So when I go to that pretty lady again, my mind turns into very bad person. Like as soon as I eat the food, I go outside and go, I am so disgusting. I am bad boy. I am killing myself, drinking alcohol, doing naughty things, crazy this, crazy that, what I do, how I think, and disgusting imagination. I want to kill myself. And I talk to my mother, and my mother says, those people that died before you, they might be up there in heaven or wherever they got you to go, because your spirit might go there. And I'm going, wow. Okay, I have to tell God to kill me, destroy me, finish, gone, goodbye, Hector. And they said, no, remember this, Hector, remember this. God has a plan or something. Do us pray or something. Pray. Other beautiful people will come, unite, touch, hand to hand, heart to heart, voice to mouth, to head to brain, anointing you, praying you, in tongues, in different languages, everything. It's all good, Hector. It's just that you gotta express it. This is what is going on. This is what's going on. You can do it, Hector. 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 You can do it. Go, do. Play with it, play with it, play with it, play with it. On the name of God, in 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 the name of God, the Father of Jesus Christ, who died for us sins, human, on the Bible. Facts mine, facts mine, facts mine. Learn, Hector, learn. You can do it, Hector. You can do it, Hector. Lifestyle. Trust me, everybody. Trust me, everybody. Trust me. Breathe, combine, meditate, relax, intermix, interact. Legend, mind-blowing, beautiful, Hector, beautiful, Hector, beautiful, Hector. You will be greater, mind-blowing, Hector.
Homeless couple, we paralyzed, suffering terribly. So that word suffering is basanizo, okay? Suffering is basanizo. And what it means is a physical suffering. In this case, it is a paralysis. I remember PA and I were out at Walmart, and we were going into the store. There was this couple.
In Australia, the homeless people or the bad people or anyone, mental health or any whatever, disgusting, mind-blowing. Why? Because we didn't read the Bible. We didn't believe on Jesus. Mind-blowing. You can do it, Hector. You can do it. Say thank you. Be beautiful. Be understandable. Be professional. Outstanding. Your life to climb that mountain. Your life to go there. Your life to show there. The person can get a certificate. Doesn't matter the age, Hector. They said, go to this place called Thai for the school or whatever it is. Your parents, your sister, your brothers, your uncle, they're all beautiful people. They're saying you can do miracles. Get a girlfriend. It's what you want. Get a girlfriend. Get a girlfriend. Doesn't matter. Fat, ugly, stupid. Get a girlfriend. And you will turn that girlfriend into a princess. You, Hector, have a lot of potential by someone reading you the Bible, by someone introducing themselves into your body, out of your body reaction. Meditate, concentrate, mental health, educational, intelligent.
It is a paralysis.
And don't believe it, because when you get punched, self-defense, sport, talk to your family. When you die, your spirit, where does your spirit go when you die? We believe our spirit goes up in the sky or something, and then it goes to somewhere else. We don't want to be controlled by other dimension or entity or other things that can clone us in the war zones or diversity or revelation or whatever the end of the Bible is. Understand me. Put me. You can do it, Hector. You can do it, Hector. You can do it. Say thank you. Say thank you. I love you. I love you. Train taxis. Beautiful people. They need to have that understanding and more that you can have. Open your eyes. Go out. Don't be lazy. You're going to start doing that thing. Close the curtains. Why are you crossing your legs? Are you nervous or something? You're stupid. Mind-blowing. Don't stuck inside. Get out. You have to breathe it. Good air in, bad air out. Good air in, bad air out. Out in the adventure outside or picnics, barbecues. Beautiful people. I can smell good. Do create, inspirational. I love you. Talk to people that are sporty, that are more active. Talk to people that are nice. Talk to people that can be in a reaction to make it you and them and everybody. I love you. It's good. God. Learn the Bible, please.
Is basanizo. And what it means is a physical suffering. In this case, it is a paralysis. I remember PA and I were out at Walmart, and we were going into the store. There was this couple out front, homeless couple. We stopped and said, hey, we're out praying for people. Can we pray for you on anything? And there was something, I forget exactly what it was, but I think it had something to do with getting an apartment. And so we prayed for them. We shared the gospel. They were already Christians. And then we took them inside to buy them some things to help set up their apartment that they just got. While we were in there, we picked up a book. It was about the size of the Prayer of Freedom, but it's a book on just spiritual growth. And as we're walking down the aisle, I'm talking to Brad. The lady is Nita. And I'm talking to Brad and said, "Hey, Brad, you're going to have to rip the book out of Nita's hands to get it, I bet. So, be ready for a fight to read that book." And Nita said, "No, Brad will read it to me because I can't read." I said, "Oh, I'm sorry about that. Did you never learn to read?" She said, "No, I know how to read, but I can't see to read. Everything is blurry." I said, "Really?" And this was wintertime. And
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Will not believe what I'm going to say next. To enter the army or the force, whatever it was, when I was younger, the reserve, no, the elite, not the elite, SOS. Anyway, I went to the scouts, or not the scout, reserve. Anyway, every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I spent at this one camp, and the camp, I can't remember, but something, the army was meant to do that, and I tried, and they said, "No, you haven't got the experience. You haven't got." And I got put down. Dun, 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 dun. Hector fail. Bad. I was walking on the streets. I was refuse after refuse. After where I am now. Now, this is what now. In the name of God, name of God. On Jesus Christ that died on the cross. All right. We have to learn Moses. This is Moses. Yes, he got the Ten Commandments. He didn't finish the story or something like this. Or power to the God. God might kill Moses. God might kill Hector. God might kill anyone. Who knows? But what I'm trying to get to is that I wasn't available to go to the army because my training was poor, disgusting. No, get to the bad Hector. Hector's not a rugby league player. Hector's not a champion. Hector's nothing. Pooh Hector. Go in the boxing rings. Go in the box. Learn how to box. Learn how to be nice. Go. Nice. Face. I face. Get the radical face. I'm trying to tell you that I need to learn the Bible because I can't read the words because my eyes as well. My eyes are blurry, or some words don't understand, or something like this. They can talk, or audio might be alright sometime, and record this. Anyway, have to love my mom from Chile. She cooks cazuelas, empanadas, many things if she puts her mind to it. Let's see, we can go university, we can go many places. One of my cousins might be an army soldier or a police officer or a doctor or someone special, and I will go somewhere and they said, where's Hector? Why is Hector on the side of this group anyway? Hey, Hector, join the group, please. What's wrong, Hector? Why you say like that? All right. So they kept people around and start praying to God and all this God, that Hector is missing out on God, and Hector doesn't have God, or didn't read the Bible, didn't understand about Moses, or God killing him, or God, Hector. Jesus Christ died for us on the cross, for our sins and our things that we need, love and creation. Beautiful people.
she said, "No, I know how to read, but I can't see to read. Everything is my hand on." I started to go into what I'll call a ad hoc prayer of freedom. I started asking a few questions, and the Lord prompted me on unforgiveness. So I said, "Nita, do you have unforgiveness for anyone?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Who is that?" She said, "My ex-boyfriend, in a fit of rage, he grabbed me by the back of the head on my ponytail and slammed my face over and over and over again into the side of the dresser and busted out all my teeth. And she showed me she had no teeth, top or bottom. I mean, from the side of her mouth, everything was gone. And I said, would you be willing to forgive him? She said, yes. So I said, well, let me lead you in a short prayer.
I was like that, and it was blood, kissing, hugs, and all that. And da, 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 and then dun, 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 dun. Yo, Hector's father died. Hector's father died. My father died young. I don't know how he died. He was a coma. He was found on the floor near the bathroom, bleeding on the head. And then went into the hospital, come out of the coma, and the things in the stomach blew up. He died. They couldn't rescue him. He died at the age of 59 in the hospital on a coma. It's really hard to explain how to create this madness. I don't love money. Money don't love me. I can't buy my friends. I can't do this, do that. Discipline, karate, self-defense, knock Hector out.
And the prayer was something like, Lord, I repent of my sins. I repent of unforgiveness towards whoever her boyfriend was. And I said, and I forgive him. And I said, great. And then I said, now, in Jesus' name, I command these eyes to be open. Lord, I ask that you open her eyes and give her 20/20 vision. And I said, check it out. She could see now all the way down to the end of Walmart. She couldn't see earlier. And then I opened up the book and I held it about probably 3.5 or 4 feet away and said, can you read this? And she started reading it from 3.5 to 4 feet away when she could not have read it only 3 or 4 inches away earlier. This was basanizo. It was a physical ailment, a physical torment, blocking her eyesight due entirely to unforgiveness. Once she forgave, God opened up her eyes. It was discipline. So that's the first part of basanizo that we see. Matthew 8. Let's look at number 2. And this is going to be 2 Peter 2, verses 7 and 8. So this is 2 Peter 2, verses 7 and 8. And if he rescued righteous Lot, greatly distressed by the sensual conduct of the wicked, for as that righteous man lived among them day after day, he was tormenting his righteous soul over their lawless deeds that he saw and heard. So that word tormenting is basanizo. And what it's talking about here is mental suffering. So we have physical suffering. Now,
yes, all my friends have the same problems. We just need to be lovable, beautiful. That person need to be, I thank you. I thank you. You extra thank you. You need this thank you. You need more us numbers, and we are beautiful. We want to be beautiful. We want to in collaborate love. I don't know how, but I care. I care a lot for humans. I respect doctors, police, criminals, yourself, be yourself. All love in inspirational and injustice, domestic violence, crazy, your dog, your cat, your animals, your TV, your computer, your brain. You're the boss of everything you say. You are in that mobile phone. You're the boss. I love you, God. But we gotta understand that if we break up, do something stupid, no good, man, no good.
So that word tormenting is basanizo. And what it's talking about here is mental suffering. So we have physical suffering. Now we have mental suffering. And this is something that is happening in your mind in some capacity. So think about darkness or heaviness, like you're carrying a heavy backpack, or anxiety. All of these are forms of mental suffering. I remember reading a story of a pastor and his son, Bob and Andy. And Bob had been a pastor for about 20 years, and his son, Andy, was a youth minister at another church. And then he went through a really nasty divorce, and it just tore him up. And during this time, he went into a deep state of depression, lost his... All unauthorized parking will be towed, and you'll be towed at your own risk. So they...
Yep. Say you go somewhere, you go to the wrong place, you do the wrong... You can't be parking... Anyway, the car or whatever it was put with this metal thing, and you couldn't... whoever it was, trying to break that. Couldn't do it. And pay the tow, can get that thing out of the tire. You know what I mean? Like if your family or anyone, they'll pay up or they'll help you pay, and then you feel sorry because they paid for you to get out or bail you out or whatever it is. And it's disgusting, very, very naughty. Hector, you are an idiot, okay? Don't be acting stupid. People want to see good, inspirational, thank you, lovely, beautiful, sport, food, family, dogs, cat, hugs. You're crazy, Hector.
Place these signs all over their little parking area. And then what happens now is, let's say it's late at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, on a Friday night.
Yeah. That's another thing. I didn't know this blah blah blah, and this truck driver come out when the taxi driver. Hey yo, whoa. Oh, that's the taxi driver. Yeah, I didn't pay him properly the other day. Whoa. Oh, okay. I went inside the petrol station, come out, give him the money, taxi driver, and this truck driver, Hector, whoa. I said, oh, yeah, I need to go down the road about an hour away to get to this place, blah, 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 whatever. And something like, thank you, I love you, I care, whoa, whatever, all these beautiful things, starting like, whew, magic. It was like magic. And beautiful. It was interesting. I said, the bloke said, yeah, I'll take you where, go down here. You want to go to Batesman's Bay, whatever it was, near the ocean area, and beautiful people, and the church, and the people skateboarding, everybody acting funny, and oh, beautiful. It was so beautiful. Then in the afternoon, I got the bus. It was beautiful. And I went home and I got to Mum's house, and they all respected me. And then I had to go on my own way. And miracles on the street. All this domestic violence. I lived heaps, a lot of streets, a lot of different couch to couch or house to house, meditating. And where I am now, a lot of people were here in the Illawarra, people are combining. Thank you. And don't be stupid, Hector. Don't be stupid. Say good things in a fun, diverted, interesting. Like if you seen a movie or someone said this or I love you or have you or whatever, say thank you. They are beautiful.
And then what happens now is, let's say it's late at night.
Yeah. Good. Very nice, Hector. Very nice. How are you? Inspirational, mind-blowing. All that info. International Computer Network. Hector is correct. I am trying to teach this, like that. Info. Please put it in your mind. Say thank you. You're beautiful. Say thank you. You're beautiful. Say thank you. You're beautiful.
1 o'clock in the morning.
You are stronger. You are champ. You're beautiful. I love you. Hector is a champion. Please. Hector wants out there and breaker, mind-blowing.
On a Friday night, and there's a guy studying over on the campus, and he needs some information that he left at his apartment. So he calls his friend, Jim, and say, hey, Jim, can you bring me these papers? Jim says, sure, I'll be right over. So Jim hops in the car, drives over, parks right here in the restaurant's parking lot. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. The restaurant is closed. All the stores are closed. The parking lot is completely empty. And then he walks across the street to the building, drops off the information to his roommate, and then he walks back and comes back, and the whole thing has taken 15 minutes. And when he gets back, guess what happened to his car? It's not there. It's gone. So now this guy gets really upset. First thing he does, he calls the police. I think someone stole my car. Well, where are you parked? Over at the restaurant. Oh. Have you called the tow truck company first? Well, why would they take it? There's no one there. He said, have you called the tow truck company? So Jim calls the tow truck company. They go, cackle and laugh. And yeah, we got your car. It's over here in the impound lot. Be $150. So now Jim gets upset. Here's the question. Who does he complain to? Does he complain to the restaurant owner and say, owner, why did you send that tow truck company to take my car? No. The owner's asleep in bed. Didn't even know that he parked in that parking lot. The owner never sent the tow truck company, the tow truck to take the car. So, can he complain to the tow company? No. Why? Because they have a legal right, based on that contract with the restaurant, to take any car that violated the rule. The only person Jim can blame is himself. But he's thinking, it didn't hurt anybody. The lot was completely empty. It was okay. I wasn't hurting anyone, but yet he saw all the signs. The signs were posted, and he chose to violate what it said. Don't park here or you will be towed. And that's what's happening. This is how the system works. It is a fully...
No. Oh, no. I'm going to go against what the guy said. Oh, my God. But it's true what I'm going to say. Like, in my country, in Chile or Australia, we are different. They might want you to pay in installment or help out or whatever it is. We do it differently. It's not like we have electric share in Australia or... Oops, sorry. It's not like we have electric share in Australia, or lethal injection or anything to kill the bad guy or something. I'm really lost, but we do it differently. We have gun laws differently. I think this guy said, oh, Hector, please, stop it now, Hector. That's enough. Behave.
Autonomous system. God has set up the rules. God, in this case, is the owner. The rules...
Yes, but I am... Oh, Hector, stop it. But in Australia, we do it differently. If you want to go to one church, you can go to another. No one's saying yes, no, bad, good, love, hate, stupid, idiot, Hector, criminal, Hector, drugs, Hector, the pension, the support worker, everybody, lovely, very nice people, very nice, all going on a relationship, Hector, like good manners, having fun, enjoying it, loving it. The person, that's what I wanted. That's beautiful. And I said, pardon? That's what I wanted. That's beautiful, Hector. Pardon? Okay, one more time, Hector. That's what we wanted. We wanted beautiful. So we had beautiful time, beautiful this, beautiful that, interesting, good manners.
Set up. The legal rights have been assigned. And he tells us in his word the do's and the don'ts, and he says what the consequence is going to be. All last session was consequence after consequence after consequence if you sin. It's right there, in, no pun intended, right there in black and white. So that's what's happening. It's a self-regulating system. It's all automatic. God doesn't send those spirits against us. But he's put in place the rules that are operating. So when we sin, the spirits of discipline automatically engage. And when they do, The way to get rid of it is we simply repent of the sin that we did. Is this making sense? What I want to do next is I want to take now a deeper dive, okay? We're moving into think to bring discipline to us. What's the purpose? Well, the purpose of the correction spirits is they were on assignment to bring about correction. The saboteur spirits are on a mission.
Yes. Not me. I didn't do this. They wanted to make world record, like a car will run on water. Now you're talking nonsense. It's mind blowing. When I was in my country, they said that the indigenous culture has superpowers from another dimension, like Hare Krishna, Buddha, all these other superpowers that need to conserve the language, the writing, the painting, the water, the way they dance. New Zealand is a beautiful country. Australia is a beautiful country. We need to combine their culture with multicultural, and who died in the died before us. I'm about to cry now. Ooh, calm down, Hector. Calm down. It's all good. You're beautiful, Hector. If me people die. Shh. Calm down. I love you, Hector. I love you. Please say love to everyone. They need your support, Hector. We need extras. We love you. We have more, please. Hector, be beautiful.
Purpose of the correction spirits is they were on assignment.
Don't fuck it up, Hector. Be nice to everyone, please.
To bring about correction. The saboteur spirits are on a mission to destroy. That's their own whole purpose. It's a mission to destroy. What does it look like when we start to look at our discipline in our lives? What does the discipline of the saboteur spirits look like? It's destruction. It's either destruction tied to our behavior or tied to our emotions of some sort. But the key operative word is this destruction.
Okay, my mother was a chief, not a chief, a native, Mapuche. My mother family up mountain, Andes mountain, Indio, El Condor, the big bird, very scary. Used to fly down, catch the baby. We have Empire, the warrior, big man, him called Patagonia man. It's very hard to talk this, but the Patagonia man had big foot, and he was strong, very strong. He can have no fear of grabbing the dinosaur, the horse, or cutting the trees out, or moving the trees, or spiritual in your own mind how things were in the beginning. Before all these churches, before all these things that happened with lawsuits and protesting for Bible decision, humans can now protest. Do you understand? About what it says in the Bible. Why does it say this part in the Bible and they created so many churches for it? Why do you create so many churches if one church can manipulate the people and the other one doesn't manipulate the people, and the other one in the middle is saying, oh, I don't know what you both are saying, but I'm just reading the good stuff out without manipulating. I'm showing it up on the screen so I know what I'm reading. When people see it, they see it on the screen, or I tell them, go to this now, and I give them time to go to that part. I'm not... So one manipulating, one doesn't, and the one in the middle, I don't understand. Okay. But my mother used to, like, hey, ha, ha, ho, ha, ma, he, bo, ha, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. From the nose, in and out. Touch your nose, touch your head. Touch your nose, touch your head. Touch it, touch your face, everywhere, everywhere. Touch it, love it, love it, love it, love yourself. Touch it, touch it. Um, um, do with the hands, do with the hands. Make your hands hot, hot. Go up and down, clap, 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 hips, hips. Rub your hands, rub your hands. Rub it in your body. I love you, I love you, I love you. Spiritual, spiritual. My mother used to do that. Say, maybe in Canada or United States, they might have the men go, wooda, 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 wooda. Wooda, wooda. The native people, Hector. Okay, the native people, mum, and she talk about this Apache, Polynesian, our rich in Australia, Chile, with the copper mines, Augusto Pinochet, native people, crazy, all these different stories. But anyway, that's just what they talk about, I suppose. But if they die for us, and this is the land of the Ninjara or whatever, I love you with the multicultural people and the New Zealanders and the Chileans and the natives from Canada to America.
Or lust, whatever it is. And that attribute, what they do is they amplify it in our life. They don't make you sin. They don't add sin into your life where what never was. What they do is...
No, the sin is already sin. With the sin is already sin. So you open one door, and you got drunk. That's a sin. Everybody's sin. Playing poker machines, domestic violence, war zones, front line. Can the lady, female lady, go to the front line with the man in Iraq and other places? Can the drug law from Colombia take all the drugs to Holland? Can Rio Tinto, the mining company, make economic issues or problems to China or to Australia or to America, or military problems everywhere? How do we fix the war in heaven, or the angels? Were the angels? Do we have an angel? Is there opening a portal or love? Crazy, mind blowing. God, Bible, please read me the Bible.
They amplify your urge for that type.
I love you. I love you. Be nice. Good manners.
Of sin.
Champion sport. Champion. You can do it. You can do it. I love you.
So take where I teach at this addiction recovery center. So if they have an addiction to alcohol, it's because they have an urge to want to drink. What that spirit will do is it amplifies that urge and make it where they can't resist. It's so hard to resist because the urge just becomes so overpowering. Or if it's a lust for pornography, it amplifies that urge to such a degree that you just can't get away from it. And that's what these type of spirits are. So anything like addiction, violence, suicide, lust, anger, lying, depression, laziness, guilt, shame, fear, rage, manipulation, all of these are spirits that if you already have that tendency, that desire that you've opened the door to, and you've opened it wide enough that a spirit can come in, then all that spirit does is he amplifies that desire. Once you open that door and that spirit amplifies your desire, and then you then do it again, now another spirit of that like kind can come in again. And now you got two spirits amplifying. Now you got two amplifiers. So as you can imagine, the more you continue down a pathway of a common sin, the more that sin becomes problematic in your life, because you have more and more amplifiers that are amplifying your urge. That's a very...
Okay, to whatever in the mind of the family or the adult or discipline, you break a, you do something wrong, you do drugs, go to jail, watch pornos, do disgusting. Very bad, very bad, very bad, very bad. All right, you can overcome that. You can overcome that by praying, going to church. People might say, "Oh, you're not bad, Hector. It's just that you miscalculated, mistreated, misunderstood." Oh, we need to go to the next one, do we?
Welcome to Radical Personal Finance, a show dedicated to providing you with the knowledge, skills, insight, and encouragement you need to live a rich and meaningful life now while building a plan for financial freedom in 10 years or less. My name is Joshua Sheets. I'm your host today. And so I'm going to very intentionally take a look at all of my virtual environments and consider, what can I prune? What do I want more of? Am I surrounding myself with the things that I want? Now, we can extend virtuality or virtual environment to things that aren't digital technology. And I've always loved magazines for this reason. Traveling the world, my magazine consumption is much less, but I really love magazines for this reason. And
Yeah, but International Computer Network, people, and are you going to live a good life? I'm moving my hands, I'm moving my head, I'm shaking, I'm loving it, I'm beautiful, extra mind blowing, extra mind. Read the Bible, please.
I think even in 20...
Music is a beautiful thing. I love you. You have you have a period of good time. You are champion.
24, there's still something special about
Hugs, kisses.
Having some magazines that flow into your life on a monthly basis that...
On the name of God, Jesus is the Son of God. On the name of God, Jesus is the Son of God. He died on the cross. He died on the cross for our sin. For coming out hard, breaker, angel, native, aborigine, Australia, multicultural, European, Latino, Asian, Buddha, China. Amma e o e Amma e o e o a e o e o e o e o a o e. I love you. Kisses. Mwah.
This reason. And I think even in 2024, there's still something special about having some magazines that flow into your life on a monthly basis that remind you of what you want. For example, this is goofy and kind of personal, but there's a magazine, I think they're still published, I subscribed to for years, called Coastal Living. And it was just this wonderful, simple lit magazine about seaside homes and the feelings that came with them. And I always loved that magazine because it inspired me, and it's the kind of aesthetic that I like and that I enjoy being around, etc. So think about, what kinds of magazines could you surround yourself with? It's inspiring to have a magazine that feeds you fresh new images for yourself. And I haven't done this in years. I regret not doing it more, but for years I used to keep a lookbook, a physical lookbook, and I would take the magazines and I would cut out anything that I found inspirational from those magazines, and I would paste literally the pictures into a notebook. I would just get cheap composition books, and I used to love going through those notebooks because they filled my mind with images that I wanted to see more of, and they were inspirational. And I would think, what can I do to have more of this in my life? You can make your images in any way that you want, and you can make any kind of associations with anything that you want. So you make your own associations, and don't be bashful about the things that you want in your life. One other application of that, today I do this more with digital tools. I don't think they're as effective, but I keep a folder full of images that inspire me. Whenever I see something online that inspires me in whatever way, I screenshot it and I add it to my inspiration folder. And so it's kind of like a digital lookbook. Recently, I've been creating images for my children. And what I'll do is I'll take a virtue. We practice a lot of like virtue and character study. And so I have gotten pretty good with using DALL-E through ChatGPT, I've gotten pretty good at training Dolly to give me the kinds of things that I want. So what I do for my children is I take a picture of, or I create an image using the AI art generation system, and I age them a little bit. So I show them, say, 7, 8, 10 years down the road. And then I use that avatar that I've created that looks sort of like what they might look like in 7, 8, 10 years. And then I put that avatar in a situation where, say, the person is demonstrating determination or courage or honesty or empathy or whatever the character quality is. And I've been making a book of these for my children, individualized for each of the children. I'm not done with the project, but I'm going to finish it. And I have that printed because they love to look at it. My wife makes yearbooks for each of the children. So every year we create a standalone printed photo book of the experience that the child has. And my children love to go through those. They love to look at their pictures, and that really helps cement the memories of all the things that we did together and all the good times and the places we went and the things that we did, etc. And I see this as an application of that. Here's where we're going. And I try to put those things that are good and beautiful and inspiring into the images, and check back in 5 or 10 years. But if someone had done that for me when I was a child, I would have loved that, because I want my children to have something to go into. And I've been doing pictures for myself as well, but I haven't followed it all the way through. And I'm newly determined to do more of that, to create those images, because I do really believe that what the mind can see, what the mind can conceive and see and believe, the mind can achieve. We are goal achieving mechanisms. And I don't want to let my life slip behind. I want to be diligent to achieve those things. And then continuing on, then of course, virtual can expand outwards to the books that we read. And I've been doing pretty well with this. I've been reading a lot more biographies over the last year. I didn't get into biographies when I was a kid. I spent years reading basically like nonfiction, self-help stuff and business books and whatnot. And I guess a few years ago, most of that stuff started to feel hollow for me. And my appetite for any of it just basically disappeared. And I found it very hard to sit down and read a nonfiction book, especially kind of the light, fluffy self-help books. I've read a few that I think are genuinely helpful, but it seemed like something happened in me. And what I longed for was to experience what other people have experienced. And so I've been looking for reading biographies, and I find that really connects with me. It helps me to connect with them. I'm reading a book on the Rothschilds right now. I'm fascinated by the Rothschild family, and it really inspires me and connects with me. And so we need to be careful about what we do more of that in our lives, because you can, this sounds so like weird, but really you can commune and connect and interact.
Heard about Blooms by the Bay florist? One day, the owner...
Oh, and your bottom lip starts shaking or whatever. It was like that. And he kind of must have saw that. And he knew I was a man of faith. And he said to me, Chris, do you want to come take communion? Right now? And I went, yeah. So we went to we had a makeshift sort of altar, if you like. And then he did took Holy Communion. And I'm there on my knees, and it felt like I had my eyes closed, praying, and it felt like someone had moved this halogen sort of light above me and turned it on, and I could feel this light and warmth going through me as I took communion.
Yes, taking communion, spiritual, God, mind blowing. Yes, you can overdo ya for the first time when you become a Christian or reborn again, get baptized and communion. All that is good. You have to do it. Might try to talk to someone or wherever, get baptized in some church. Many good people who goes to the army get abused by racists, guns, bombs, and they become mental health problem. domestic, a rugby league player, a social worker, someone nice, someone beautiful. Um, information. You need to get baptized, and you need to take the communion, learn something fresh, nice, beautiful from your culture, your people, your spirit, your soul. Fight the army. We will win. Oh, me crying again. I feel like crying again.
above me and turned it on, and I could feel this light.
Okay, everyone, this is a guy. I think he's from Scotland or England or New Zealand. What I can't remember where, but his guy's from the army. He first time information, mind blowing. Thank you. I love you.
And warmth going through me as I took communion. It was like I could feel it. It's like I could feel it. And not only could I feel it, it's like literal, like there was a light above me. Even
Mind blowing. You will understand. Mind blowing. You will understand. I can. Dush. Open portal. Dush. Indonesia, Singapore, India, Chile, Argentina, New Zealand, Australia.
my eyes were closed, it was like right as if someone had put a searchlight above me, and I could feel the heat off the light running through my body. Wow.
God.
And I open my eyes, and the padre looks at me and says, "Did you feel that?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I goes, "I thought it might just be me." He went, "No." He goes, sometimes there's moments when you are close to God, and we were close to God right now.
What did that feel like after he said that?
Yeah, it's a bit of a punkers that I think, but it enlightened me. It felt like I had laser focus. It felt like I felt clean, if that makes sense. I felt like I could breathe. Do you know a bit like if you've been on a spa day or something? It was like walking out of a spa day. And then I went to, this is where it maybe gets a bit lowbrow. I then did a report, went to where my team was sleeping, got in my sleeping bag, zipped it up, and as I was falling to sleep, it was like I was a little boy who just had the best Christmas present ever. Because, as I said earlier, I'd been tested in combat, and my friends and I had all been tested. We all won. We won. We were put into the hornet's nest, face to face with the enemy, and we got out of there, and we did a good job. So it was like, yeah.
Was that the first time in your life that you had really felt that close to God?
Yeah, yes, it's one of
Like he was right there.
Yeah.
So 2 first experiences within 24 hours. Probably within less than 24 hours, correct?
Well, within 4 hours.
Within 4
4 or 5
hours of
hours,
each other,
yeah.
you had taken another man's life for the first time and felt the presence of God extremely close to you.
Extremely close. I think I felt the presence of God before that.
Do you think that's a coincidence?
No.
Why do you think that happened at that point in time?
I think it's all part of every time I move away from faith, I get pulled back in. So,
Let's take a break.
yeah.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. We all carry around different stressors, big and small. And at times we keep carrying them around rather than processing them and letting them go. Keeping everything bottled up can start to affect us negatively. Therapy is a safe place to get things off your chest. Therapy from BetterHelp is helpful for learning positive coping skills.
Yes, better health, better understanding. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe good air into your lungs. Breathe bad air out. Listen to combination. Breathing in and out. other things, and drama classes or inspirational things. You can ring Lifeline after this Lifeline if you want. I don't know who you ring, but you ring someone. I understanding. Um, Good on you, Hector. Good on you. Good on you. You are uh, uh, Esmeralda, Esmeralda the Armada, which is the boat where the army are in powerful, very strong people. Very strong people that will fight for Chile, and also you come and visit with the boat to Sydney, and when they come to Sydney, because they can showcase the boat, how now they put metal and it's still close to 200 or 300 years old, maybe longer, because it's been all around the world, and then it got to Chile and we have it and we restore it like the what's the Australian one, the Matilda, no, what's the Australian one, the Captain Cook one, up with America, with United States. Yes, yes. Some business are very look very unique, very my friends, they talk about F-35 jet plane, like the F-15 is jet plane or something. The army something does something beautiful, where it's trying to combatant or fight the fight with the flag of Australia and Chile, fighting for Chile. We're fighting for all economic, money, people living. Don't die, don't die. We help you. Free food. Um, Salvation Army, is it? St. Vincent de Paul, and all that. You know what I mean? Like the F-35, is it, that Australia's buying? Is buying like 88 F-35 or whatever, and they all kind of look very beautiful. And to combat, and if the lady can be frontline with the man shooting bullets for real, killing, mind blowing, mind blowing, mind blowing.
Can start to affect us negatively. Therapy is a safe place.
Yes, and to go and get them. And bad that had happened to me. Whether it be career moments where I thought I should have done better in my career and thought it was unjust, or something happened, or I didn't get sent somewhere, or I didn't do something, I didn't picked for a certain team or whatever. All that made sense. All of it was like, thank you. And every night I pray about, I thank God for all the bad things that happened to me, for all the things that at the time I thought were unjust or unfair. Because now I realized that they had to happen to put me there that day.
Yeah.
And I asked to see the signs now of, like, you know, when things are going really bad. It's like, it's very hard to do. And again, it's like, and everyone knows, when people say things happen for a reason, it's really a patronizing thing to say, but they kind of do happen for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I give a presentation to the Officer Academy, Sandhurst. I did a large brief, but the first time I did the presentation about Kenya, I briefed the they've got a platoon which all the wounded students go to, and they do rehab, and then once they're fixed, they go back into training. And I give them the presentation at the end of it, onto this line about, you know, everything that happened that was bad happened to me to put me there. And I said, right now, you guys in this room are kind of like, don't feel good, because you're looking out the window and you're injured, and you see girls and guys who you were in training with are now graduating, and you're still stuck here, and they're going to be officers in the army. I said, but just remember this, right now in this audience, there may be the Chief of General Staff, the head of the Armed Forces. There could be the commander of the SAS. There could be the director of Special Forces sat in this audience right now. And the only reason why that's going to happen is because you were injured now. So remember that in the future when you're the head of the army. And that sort of hit home with some of them.
Yeah. Where did you go after the incident? After you left Kenya? Where did you go? Did you go back to UK?
Back to UK eventually. And
how were you received?
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was amazing.
Like, and it still is today. My peers, everyone was like, and this is the odd thing, people, if you don't know, in the military, normally, even if you do something good, even jokingly, they'll like give you a bad time. They'll be, oh, I can't believe you're wearing Armani jeans or you were doing this and that. No, this was strange. This was like, everyone was like, even people who are respect for this guy saying, I didn't see eye to eye with you in the past. I don't want to say we're friends, but I'm proud to know you. And that was, to me, was like, yeah, that took balls to say that. The guy who said that was a good guy I was on selection with. I respect that. Say, yeah, I wasn't your friend. I didn't really like you, but I'm proud that I know you. And people sit still to this day, stopping cars, getting out, going, shaking my hand. And
Yeah, brother. Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm sorry to say, yep. I am gonna say yes 100 times. Mind blowing. There's a lady, can't remember her name, Brightheart or with Rio Tinto owns different mines and stuff like that. Yeah, bro. Some greedy people out there that don't help, and I'm sorry, you have to fight your own battles, live your own life, behave, no more Hector, no more cutting it, leave it, mind blowing. Some people are greedy, Hector, are greedy. The devil, I think, or something stupid, or where the gun or the bullet or whatever it is, or the army or the planes, or mind blowing. I think it's too much when they start shooting. You're selling your soul to the devil, and mental health, schizophrenia, paranoia. You are insane. You are insane. You know what I mean? We talk often about the parable in Matthew 13:44 of the man who sold everything he had to buy a treasure buried in the field to the outside world, giving up home, comfort, safety, family, community, financial security, etc. May seem like an overwhelming sacrifice, but if you know how value of the treasure in that field, the cost is well worth it. In other words, Jesus is more than worth it. More than worth it. Okay, let's read that again, please. The cost in the cost in the world worth. Now, poor Hector, you're stupid, Hector. But if you have known the value of the treasure in the field, the cost is well worth it. In other words, Jesus is more than worth it. More than worth it. Not just in our life, but for many people who still haven't even heard his name. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, that's what it says on it. Going to the unreached. They stimulate that the over 3 million people in the world have little to access to the gospel. They are unreached, and only about 1% of money given to mission and 3% global worker are going to toward reaching unreached missionary attrition rates are high, and there is lack long-term investment when it comes to church planting and sustaining those churches in unreached communities. Okay. I like to say something. People has to learn to be in the community where things are, because they might not know that there was a free food over there, or they're giving money or helping out or anything that the community needed. You must understand that some places might be for food, come at this time and there'll be free food, or ring this place and they'll give you lunch $5. And other places where you can get blankets, sleeping bags, It's really sad, 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 sad. My mother and others are beautiful people. I love you.
I wasn't your friend. I didn't really like you.
Mind blowing. Intimate Hector. Sorry, Hector. I love you.
But I'm proud that I know you. And people sit still to this day, stopping cars, getting out, going, shaking my hand, and the oddest thing was the old guard guys who were in the SES in the 80s, before the 80s and 90s, and I thought they'd be critical, and not only they're positive about you're a great ambassador for the SES. What you did is the epitome of what the SES is supposed to be about. They're saying that, and I'm like, and then they're adding in about social media. Yeah, my daughter, my son follows you on social media, and it's great what you do. We're really proud of you. Just keep doing it. Keep being a good.
Yeah, but other countries has fight the war because they won. They took over the land and now they own it. Like England, Spain, Wales, Italy. I don't know who. All in South America, in different parts of the world. How the European moved to other places. The Europeans did very, very, very nicely, as well as the Asians. Everybody did nicely. Everybody did nicely. The Buddha might have been a man that lived in the cave, and he was nasty, and then one day he stopped being nasty, and he showed everyone that which one else is nasty in the community. He got the nasty, he fought, and he never died, but he became Buddha. We learned to spiritual connections and everybody, power to the people, justice and freedom. I'm lovable. I love you. Let's do it. Mind blowing. God.
And I'm like, and then they're adding in about social media. Yeah, my daughter, my son follows you on social media, and it's great what you do. We're really proud of you. Just keep doing it. Keep being a good ambassador for the regiment. So that's always good. And the thing with the book One Man In, I wrote it. They originally told me I could write a book. Then that changed. I tried to clear it. It didn't get released. I took it to court. Lost that. I'm trying to appeal that. The bottom line is, it's highly unlikely that anyone's going to read One Man In anytime soon. But even if I lose the appeal, people change, policies change, positions change.
People don't realize what's happening, so we have to go into that. They don't realize that it's in court.
Yeah, it's been to court and failed, and so I wrote a book called One Man In. I did ask before I retired, could I write a book about the incident, and they said yes, work with disclosure. I worked with disclosure, and then there was a change of mind somewhere along the line, and then they said I couldn't. I then tried to make redactions. They weren't interested whatsoever, and then so I took it for a judicial review, lost the judicial review, and now I'm appealing the judicial review. It's highly unlikely that I'm going to win any appeal.
Why do you think they're trying to suppress the story?
I can't. There's a public here ruling out there. They can read it. It's what I'll say about the incident is I've just said about my peers and members of the SES and public got nothing but support for me. But in my opinion, there's a lot of people. The establishment did not like what I did that day. They did not like what I did. And is it personal towards Chris Craighead? Maybe not. But it's definitely personal to what Chris Craighead represents, which is one man, not showing no compromise, standing up to evil.
Yeah. Yep. This part is got to do with a book I read one day. Used to play with the dice, and another one was, I can't remember, but all these the leader main inside the parliament, there was like communists and all these, and all around there was still people learning the cocaine, drugs, gang related, but it was less violent or something. Nothing was going on until the dictator came later in the 1970s. But what I was trying to say is very disgusting. It's very disgusting. It's very, very bad. Naughty. I hate it. The leader had rules and things, and you have to follow that. And he said, in one of the things you had to arm yourself, put yourself there, shoot the bullet, press the nail, they're gonna kill you, boom, 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 boom. If you feel that you need to destroy, it was disgusting, all this disgusting, you gotta follow, otherwise they chop your fingers off. You're stupid. You gotta go to the army for 3 years, and maybe now they don't. What's the word? It's stupid, man. You have to follow the rules, and the rule part of the rules was disgusting, like saying the camp would be for torture and all these things, and guns and violence. We will shoot to kill, and disgusting, and how they take over, and you're bad, and nothing. You have to punch the punching bag, learn to exercise, get it all out, Hector. Very nice, beautiful. I love you. Mind blowing.
Man, not showing no compromise, standing up to evil, taking on evil head on without permission, and putting everything on the line. And that's the nature of special forces operations. I thought was it's a high stakes game. I didn't just risk my life, because if that
I'm not gonna say this ever again, but you have to follow protocol, the rules. If they overrule you don't understand it. They'll put protocols, and you gotta follow rules. You gotta help out in. I'm moving my hands, shaking my head. Oopala. You gotta go to Ukraine war. Elite force army in Iraq and Afghanistan, Pakistan. I don't know where, but Israel. Elite in Kosovo or something. Elite or who was criminal or history. Julian Assange. Okay. All I'm saying is, you compromise yourself to live in this world, which is Australia now, and believe on the human rights and citizen. How the Swedish girl, what's the name, is protesting, helping out in protest, mind blowing.
everything on the line, and that's the nature of special forces operations. I thought was it's a high stakes game. I didn't just risk my life.
Yeah, the leader has got the protocols and all the things to go throw bombs to another country or whatever, Bin Laden or America or Canada, Chile, Argentina, dictators, well, bad to pop. I'm sorry, you have to shoot to live. Sometime the clan will fight the other clan, or the tribe will fight the other tribe.
Because if that had been a failure, I would have been the scapegoat. So I risked my
mother and my father, when they got married, right? My father was ruthless to my mother, but after that, was so good because she understood he was a killer and he was going to destroy anything he wanted. Okay? She said, well, yeah, whatever, sounds good. You do that. What are you going to do? He said, I'll build you a house. Oh, yeah, where? This land is going to be ours. Okay, I like you. What are you talking about? He said, I don't give a fuck what's going on. Hurry the fuck up. Or something like this. Anyway, what all around it was like he was surrounded with crazy, all these people and other people. My mother said, yeah, I think I better take this particular man, and he was showing me he's good, man.
my physical life and my life in
I love you.
general. I risked everything, and I didn't want anything for it. People were being murdered, and no one was doing anything. So I did something, and people don't like that. And here's the thing. So, from a good example is a senior member of the British military. I've said Christian Craighead is a bad example to young soldiers because his mutineer attitude promotes lawlessness in the military. And clearly that's a... someone said, I heard that from 5 different people, 5 independent sources, and I'm not going to pinpoint the exact person who said that, because the 5 people who told me, they said 3 people said one person and 2 people said another. So, but there was similar jobs, so it was just a mix-up of abbreviations. But yeah, senior member of the British military. That's his view. I've also heard of people in the Foreign Office saying, "Oh, Chris Craighead, he shouldn't have done that thing in Kenya." There's lots of people in the Foreign Office who completely, really support me, in a big way. But there's also senior members of the Foreign Office saying he shouldn't have done that. He could have messed everything up.
How's that? How could you have met?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I'm sad too. I'm sad. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. They had the box. They had the box, and inside had protocols. Yeah, bro. And Sebastian Pinera, he died. Very sad. Very sad. Very sad. Mind blowing. Sebastian Pinera died on a helicopter flight after checking out why bad weather and fire was going on in this one area. More than 4,000 houses all burned down with rain and all these stupid things. What is it? You created a laser or something to destroy places around the world. What the fuck? Heck, shut up. They didn't create no laser. UFO, Mexico, Rio Grande, man.
In a big way. But there's also senior members of the Foreign Office saying he shouldn't have done that. He could have.
Venezuela distracted Colombia more drugs, where the NATO or UN is in there, but couldn't win the war on drugs. The people that live around all different places, they different tattoos, different names. I am very, very sorry. The world will. I'm praying to God. You need love, hugs. On the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
He could have messed everything up.
How's that? How could you have messed
Yeah,
everything
because if
up?
I'd failed, it would have been, potentially they could have said, well, it's all failed because of that man. So I would have been the scapegoat and it would have looked bad for everyone else. But that's it. And these people, like these generals and these politicians and these other people who've never said, no one's took me and said, thanks for what you did. No one British high-ranking official.
Not one British high-ranking official.
I got a nice letter from the
saving.
government official straight after the incident and a phone call, but he got his fingers wrapped for that. He's no longer a minister, or he is a minister, but he's not in Parliament or whatever. He's not.
You saved 700 people that day, and they're treating you like you need to be punished.
And it was what I want to say to people is, the last time I fucking checked, the motto of 22 SES is, who dares wins, not who asks for permission wins. People need to remember that. But yeah. But then President Trump, I had the privilege to meet the President of the United States of America.
You got to meet. This is after the incident?
Yeah.
How long after?
Afford Anything talks about how to avoid common pitfalls, how to refine your mental model.
That support and regenerate your.
The only thing similar to it, I was talking to a friend of mine from a similar unit in the US military, and we were talking about the wolves.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Those papers are in the box. Sebastian Pinera. Oops, sorry. He died in the plane. I'm repeating myself. He died on the plane. He was the president of Chile, and he died on the plane because Gabriel Boric, who's more little crazy communist. The papers, I think something about some papers the United States sent to somewhere, and everybody got charged and people got taking money. You did this, you did that. That's what they said. And they didn't do the same to Michelle Bachelet or anyone else who, whatever. They didn't do anything like the K-47 or the sniper, the Australian bloke that lost his medals, war criminals. Many a Chilean lady was in Australia. A Chilean lady, yes, she was in Australia. She was to do with Augusto Pinochet and some generals. She was the wife or something. She talked and she. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. The protocols. You could be sent just for papers. You had papers that you stole, or you told that commander or what's the general or the deputy or the other person to investigate or do something or leave me alone, get F off. You told him right, mate. You did, okay. But the protocol papers were in that box and everybody got charged for fun. Okay, man. In India, it's more like no, tum no more, da 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 do do da do da war cry, war cry, war cry, war cry, war cry, war cry, Yakataya. Oh, you. Boy, Ah.
The only thing similar to it, I was talking to a friend of mine from a similar unit in the US military, and we were talking about the wolves and sheepdogs, and one of the points that we came up with was that sheepdogs don't kill wolves to scare wolves away. The only thing that can kill a wolf is a wolf, and that's kind of what, like, you could say is
Whoop whoop da whoop whoop da whoop whoop da. How the dog does it? Woof 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 meow meow woof 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 meow woof. A red dog, red dog. What was the movie? Red dog. Anyway, el chupacabra, el lobo, la puma. That's more stronger. La puma. It's like the lion, el puma. I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. United States, crazy. They have army in Chile, I suppose. They're doing training. They're doing something in Chile. It's very good, very good. Connections, whatever they want. Incredible. Mine. With, when my grandmother, if she passed away or something, you know what I mean? That's beautiful. The end.
away. The only thing that can kill a wolf is a wolf, and that's kind of what, like, you could say is like what I am, maybe set up to be a criminal or from a bad area, and like life was setting me up to be that, but I actually became a sheepdog wolf, like a wolf turned sheepdog, and I think special operations are full of those sorts of people. It's not the majority of people in there.
Yeah, okay. Another one. They went to operate up there near some whatever, and suddenly, sorry to say, but it became a scuffle, and then gun bullets, ballast lockers, crazy bullets, bro. Who died? I don't know. You were investigating. Now, get all serious now, are we? They got paramilitary or special forces. Why don't they stop the war? Why don't they do the war? Assalamu alaikum.
So that that was the only like connection in my mind, and so I'm listening to your podcast in the gym, when you're talking to Jim Caviezel.
That one's gone now.
And I'm listening to that in the gym, and I'm working out, and I think you say, "Oh, we need more sheepdogs." Jim Caviezel chips in and says, "We need more converted wolves. That's what we need." And like a data transmission, that story, the story of the one wolf, just came into my mind. Bang, like the story, and it wasn't. I never ever thought about writing a children's book, ever. And the story just comes in my mind. Not just the story, but the pictures, the whole idea, the whole thing. And it's not just, oh, I'll do that.
I'm gonna read this. I will let her read this. Oh, is this going on now? I will let. Oh, okay. We'll let her read that bit. This bit up here. Fucking get it there, bro. Copy that. Oh, this one, and then get it out there, bro. Down my bro. Hey, there. How many people?
SAS Hero says 2019 Kenyan terror attack was far more brutal than people think. An SAS soldier who was decorated for bravery for his role in defeating an Islamist terrorist attack has revealed that the gun battle was far more brutal than people think. Ex-SAS Christian Craighead wanted to write a book about the incident in which he rescued 20 civilians caught in the 2019 massacre. The former warrant officer was awarded the Conspicuous Gallantry Cross for the bravery shown in the attack on the Dusit D2 hotel complex in Nairobi. The battle raged for more than 20 hours and involved close-quarter fighting, often inside smoke-filled rooms and corridors. As members of the Al-Shabaab terrorist group went on a killing spree, leaving 21 people dead and 30 wounded. Mr. Craighead, 48 and now living in the U.S., shot dead 5 terrorists in the battle. Images of him repeatedly entering the hotel complex to rescue terrified members of the public were captured on live TV and broadcast around the world. But the Ministry of Defense, MOD, banned him from publishing a book he wrote about the attack once he had left the SAS. This ruling was also upheld by the courts. Breaking his silence on why his book was banned, Mr. Craighead said, "I did everything I could to get this book published, including working with the UK's MOD in good faith and finally requesting a judicial review. For reasons I don't personally and professionally agree with, the MOD and the courts have decided that this book cannot be published in its current form." Writing on Instagram, he added, "As people will know by now, I'm not one to give up easily on a fight. Writing on, for reasons including working with the UK's MOD in good faith and finally requesting a judicial review. For reasons I don't personally and professionally agree with, the MOD and the courts have decided that this book cannot be published in its current form." Writing on Instagram, he added, "As people will know by now, I'm not one to give up easily on a fight. I intended to appeal the court's decision, but unfortunately, I was denied the right to appeal." As a point of note, the book focused on the January 2019 incident in Kenya and not on my career in 22 SAS. The story about that day in Kenya is not going away. I'm sure we will continue to see more videos and documentaries appearing on YouTube and other media platforms. However, a source of frustration to me is that I and others know the real story and my role in it is much more brutal than what people think happened. Like the story, I'm not going away either. Mr. Craighead could publish the book in the US, but the MOD would seek a court order against him, which would mean that he would receive no royalties for the book. The other option would be to write a fictional account of the incident. Despite being extremely disappointed with how he has been treated by the MOD and the court, he still wants to remain on good terms with his former regiment. His friends said. In a separate post on Instagram, he also claimed that he was regarded as having a mutineer attitude because he did not wait for orders before taking part in the terrorist attack. It was never about getting a medal. He said, a senior member of the British military said Christian Craighead is a bad example to young soldiers because his mutineer attitude promotes lawlessness in the military. I've also heard of people in the Foreign Office saying Mr. Craighead should not have done that thing in Kenya. There are lots of people in the Foreign Office who really support me, but also senior members of the Foreign Office who said he shouldn't have done that because if I had failed they could have said it's all failed because of that man, and I would have been a scapegoat. The last time I checked, the motto of this was who dares wins, not who asks for permission wins. People need to remember that. On that day in 2019, it was never about getting a medal. It was about stepping up, doing the right thing and getting the job done. Broaden your horizons with award-winning British journalism. Try The Telegraph free for 3 months with unlimited access to our award-winning website, exclusive app, money-saving offers and more.
Wow. He's a madman, that bloke. What is this guy saying? The Nebraska copy through.
The Nebraska GOP is rejecting all Republican congressional incumbents in Tuesday's primary election. Omaha, Neb. AP. In one of the most closely watched congressional races this year, U.S. Representative Don Bacon of Nebraska is looking to defeat a fellow Republican in Tuesday's primary election in his quest for re-election. He'll have to do it without the support of the state Republican Party, which has endorsed his primary challenger. Bacon, whose district includes the state's largest city of Omaha, isn't the only one being snubbed. The Nebraska GOP, which was taken over by those loyal to former President Donald Trump during a contentious state convention in 2022, has refused to endorse any of the Republican incumbents who hold all 5 of the state's congressional seats. The state party has endorsed primary challengers to U.S. Senator Pete Ricketts and Representative Adrian Smith, who represents the state's vast rural 3rd Congressional District, and it has declined to issue endorsements in the primary races of U.S. Senator Deb Fischer and Representative Mike Flood, who represents the 1st Congressional District that includes the state capital of Lincoln. Both Fischer and Flood face primary challengers who entered those races after the Nebraska GOP announced its endorsement decision in January. It's an oddity that lays bare the bitter divide between Trump loyalists who control the Nebraska GOP, as well as several county Republican parties. The Nebraska GOP is rejecting all Republican congressional incumbents in Tuesday's primary election. Omaha, Neb. AP. In one of the most closely watched congressional races this year, U.S. Representative Don Bacon of Nebraska is looking to defeat a fellow Republican in Tuesday's primary election in his quest for re-election. He'll have to do it without the support of the state Republican Party, which has endorsed his primary challenger. Bacon, whose district includes the state's largest city of Omaha, isn't the only one being snubbed. The Nebraska GOP, which was taken over by those loyal to former President Donald Trump during a contentious state convention in 2022, has refused to endorse any of the Republican incumbents who hold all 5 of the state's congressional seats. The state party has endorsed primary challengers to U.S. Senator Pete Ricketts and Representative Adrian Smith, who represents the state's vast rural 3rd Congressional District, and it has declined to issue endorsements in the primary races of U.S. Senator Deb Fischer and Representative Mike Flood, who represents the 1st Congressional District that includes the state capital of Lincoln. Both Fischer and Flood face primary challengers who entered those races after the Nebraska GOP announced its endorsement decision in January. It's an oddity that lays bare the bitter divide between Trump loyalists who control the Nebraska GOP, as well as several county Republican parties, and the more establishment-type Republicans who were previously at the helm, said John Hibbing, a longtime University of Nebraska-Lincoln political science professor. It's not a good look, Hibbing said. You'd like the faces of your party. Who would be your elected representatives? and the state party leaders to be on the same page. It's even more perplexing when considering the voting records and campaign rhetoric of the incumbents, he said. I think they're probably wondering, what else can we do? Hibbing said. These are solidly conservative individuals. Nowhere is the state party's rejection more likely to leave a mark than in Bacon's race. The incumbent faces a challenge from Dan Fry, who bills himself as to the right of Bacon. Fry previously ran for the seat in 2014 and came close to besting then Rep. Lee Terry in the Republican primary. Bacon Eisen of 16 Republican members of Congress representing districts that Democrat Joe Biden carried in 2020. Nebraska eschewed a winner-take-all system of awarding presidential electoral votes more than 30 years ago and instead allows its electoral votes tied to its 3 congressional districts to be split. Bacon's district has seen its elector vote go to a Democratic presidential candidate twice, to Barack Obama in 2008 and Joe Biden in 2020. After the state GOP endorsed Fry, Bacon defended his record as a common-sense conservative who is able to reach across the aisle and find areas of consensus. Bacon has said that it's sad to see the division in the party, Danielle Jensen, communications director of the Bacon campaign, said Monday. I can tell you, he does not think this is going to negatively affect the campaign. The campaigns of Fisher, Flood, Ricketts and Smith did not answer questions by the Associated Press about the lack of state party endorsement. The state party said in an email Monday it didn't endorse any of the Republican incumbents because they didn't ask. But Bacon said Monday that incumbents didn't have to request the party for endorsements in years past. These folks were hostile to all of us, and they changed the rules, Bacon said. The challengers who got the party's endorsement did ask, and a vote of the more than 160 elected governing body members of the party gave them that endorsement, said Todd Watson, political director of the state GOP. Watson denied that the move was solely about Trump, but said most Nebraska Republicans are fed up with what they see as attacks on Trump. The state party's new direction and our way of life. What we believe in is the Constitution, conservative principles, and God, he said. A former state Republican Party official, Kerry Winterer, excoriated the state party in what we believe, the state party's new direction and our way of life. What we believe in is the Constitution, conservative principles, and God, he said. A former state Republican Party official, Kerry Winterer, excoriated the state party in an opinion piece published in the Nebraska Examiner last week, saying the party's primary purpose is to elect Republicans but that it has instead become bound solely to Trump. A political party bound to one candidate cannot possibly fulfill its purpose of electing candidates that share a common political philosophy, Winterer wrote. Watson countered that the old leadership of the state GOP has it wrong. Objectives of the party are achieved in our mind when we elect constitutional and platform Republicans to office, he said. Electing Republicans that are not committed to the objective of the party. To defend the Constitution and advance our principles as stated in our written platform and plans have been a real problem for this party and country. What the hell is this message all about, r/del? I've been getting this message for weeks now every time I turn on my computer. Press Y to reset FTPM. If you have BitLocker or encryption-enabled system, the system will not boot without a recovery key. Press N to keep previous FTPM record and continue system boot. FTPM will not be enabled with new CPU unless FTPM is reset. Reinitialized, you could swap back to the old CPU to recover TPM-related keys and data. When I press no, the computer boots as normal, so I've been doing that, but the message is annoying me and I'm afraid to press yes because I don't know if I have BitLocker or an encryption-enabled system, and the message says the system will not boot without a recovery key, which I'm sure I don't have. What is this message and why am I getting it, and can I just press yes and move on? I can't seem to find clear solution online. Edit thanks Tothen Squash 5891 h/PChelpy worked out my PC doesn't have BitLocker, so I proceeded to press yes on startup and it booted up as normal. Restarted and the message was gone. Thanks to everyone who left replies. Really appreciate it.
BootLocker. I just pressed yes and moved on and can seem to find clear solution online. Thank you to thinking worker out. My PC doesn't have BitLocker, so I proceed to press yes on the startup and it booted up. The normal restarted and then the message was gone. Thank you to everyone who. So you gotta restart your computer. What do you have to do to restart the computer? Where you got the, what's it say? Oh yeah, look. It says Windows 11 Home Insider Provider Evolution Copy Build of Dual Pre-Release Insider. So go in here. Where you go to system, the monitor, power, screen, focus, notice, sound, storage. Windows 11 Home Insider. Is that something like Windows Update? Then there's an Insider, Windows Insider program. Well, yeah, oh yeah. You're on the latest build for your device. Install build. Store. What happened? Install build. Windows Insider program. You are on the latest build for your device. But what's this right now on the bottom then? Stop getting previous build. What previous build? What are you on about? Unenroll this device when the next version of Windows release available beta and release preview. Unroll this device immediately to stop getting insider build. That's on off. That's one on the enroll the device. That's on off. So and this one is sliding up. It's saying unroll this device to stop it. Related link. Leaving the program. Leaving the program. If you're just gonna keep pressing fucking browser app in the Microsoft Store. What's that? You must log in to leave the program. Windows Insider helps to shape the future of Windows, and participation is important, but if you are sure you like to stop getting the email and Windows Insider preview bill from us, you can unregister and leave the program. If you just like to stop getting inside a preview build. You can also unroll the device and stay registered to keep getting updates from us. If you are receiving this preview build device manage your organizer, you still get preview build until you organize changes to your device settings. How do I copy all that? Like, stop receiving inside a preview build. Go to setting, open Windows Insider account. So I can edit my I'm recording this. I'm edit my email. What's that? Okay, I've done it all wrong. They probably know now. I've given them my email. Is that what they wanted? But give feedback. Oh yeah, Canary shoes inside. Canary idea for highlight technical user preview latest platform. Ideal for uh ideal for adopted this Windows 11 build will be more reliable building the channel with update valid ideal if you want to preview fixes and certain keys future or plus ideal for 11 build incubate the ideas and develop along lead future. There will be some rough some rough edges and low stability. Yeah, pretty good. Still high technical latest performance with development cycle. This build are released with limited document without extensive validation and can be unstable. Why? This will impact key. The greatest impact. Okay, this one is ideal for early adoption. This Windows 11 build will be more reliable building to a dev channel with update valid Microsoft your feedback the greatest impact here. So that's beta channel recommended or beta. Oh, you can't go to it. Why not? Why can you not go to more about changing channel? How do you go to beta? Windows Insider program. I was just in there. You idiot. I was pressing down left all the buttons, bro. Once you change your alright, I might have to go away, change the buttons, bro. More about no insider. Stop getting previous bill. Unenroll this device when the next version window. Okay, have to turn it on then. And unenroll this device to stop getting pre up driver space window. Check your device. Freeze apps. Productive app. 1 terabyte cloud storage. Advanced security. Unlock one driver. No, you don't need any. So just go away. Go away. Okay, what's it doing here? Window Insider program. Unroll this device. Yeah, we want to get out of it. Then once you check your this device, if your PC is not performing, more your backup your data. Make sure your Windows 11 is activated. You need to link your Microsoft account with reset Windows 11. Clean install Windows 11 using none of that. No. Get out. Nothing. Who cares? Who cares, Hector? It's just got words on the bottom. It says Windows 11 Home Insider Previews Evaluation Build. When you go to it, okay, last time you're doing this idiot Windows Update, the Windows Insider, inside, stop. Then you have, I'll help with Windows Insider program. Oh wait, what's that? And this one, I press to get out of it. Unlock now. You're invited to Microsoft 30. What are you doing? Why do you do that? Is this recording? How do you, why will you do that? Like, why? Why will you do that? Why will you do that? Look, man, look, I'm cutting it out. No more, the H one. I'm going to say unroll this device to stop getting insider preview. Okay? He said to stop it. All right? Reinstall the Windows 11, Windows 10. You are having problem. Okay, you're having problem with Windows 11 on your PC and you want to fresh copy. No, get out of it. Fuck off. Okay, look. Okay, you win. You win. You somehow don't you wanna keep that word and you can't do it. Windows program cannot be shut out. Where's this? That one is gonna shut it out. Windows Insider is gonna shut it out. It says unroll this device to stop getting insider preview. You press it, look, and it goes to unlock now. You are invited to Microsoft 65. Then it says you are having problems with Windows 11 on your PC and you want to fresh your copy 11. Check your disk message, performance, Windows reset, free up device, Windows. Okay, alright. Maybe it's just get out of there. I'm in here on the folder, up or something. And C drive, is it that one? More option, properties, tools, check file system for error. The system reserved D. It's got a few reserves when disk, local disk C, local disk F, shift and E, very little, shift and E, tools or something. Scan this driver. Your driver successful scan, Windows successful scan, no error were found. Then D, then you gotta go E or something. Scan the drive all the time or something. I don't know. I'm just presuming that checking this device scan this driver. Oh, very quickly, in seconds, man. Every G to Jesus, scan this driver. About 25 seconds. About 6 minutes. So close. Optimize. C, yep. Optimize C, yep. Reserve, yep. Solid, yep. Optimize E, F, whatever that means. That's low. That's slow. The F1 is naughty. Then the running one, G, and the last one I can't do that. Yeah. Okay.
500. Internal server error. It's not you, it's us. Something went wrong. Please try again in a few minutes. If this problem persists, please contact USA and let us know you've experienced a 500 error. Axios, breaking news, US news and politics, and local news. First major wildfires of Canada's season hit northern US air quality. Officials in Western Canada warned of volatile wildfire activity as dozens of blazes burn in dry conditions across the country, triggering evacuation orders in affected regions and air quality alerts in several U.S. states this week. By the numbers, most of the 139 blazes burning in the first major wildfire since a Canada's record season that finally abated in October were in British Columbia, 46, and Alberta, 46, as of early Tuesday, per the Canadian Interagency Forest Fire Center. Biden signs Russian uranium ban. President Biden on Monday signed a bipartisan bill banning imports of Russian-enriched uranium, with waivers for companies to continue bringing it in until 2028. Why it matters through .s spends on estimated $1 billion. President Biden's 46 and Alberta, 46 as of early Tuesday, per the Canadian Interagency Forest Fire Center. Biden signs Russian uranium ban. President Biden on Monday signed a bipartisan bill banning imports of Russian-enriched uranium, with waivers for companies to continue bringing it in until 2028. Why it matters through .s spends on estimated $1 billion per year on nuclear fuel from Russia. So the new law cuts off a key source of revenue as Putin's forces escalate their war on Ukraine and drive military spending to levels not seen since the Soviet Union in the mid-1980s. Trump grip tightens with high-profile loyalty test. An entourage of loyalist chaves streamed into the Manhattan courthouse to prove their allegiance to indicted former President Trump. Why it matters: the Manhattan courtroom has become the latest stage for Trump allies, including possible vice presidential candidates, to flex their support. Democrats' ugliest primary comes to an end. Maryland voters on Tuesday will end one of the ugliest Senate primaries off the cycle, choosing between wealthy businessman Representative David Trone, DMD, Or County Executive Angela Alsobrooks, a favorite of state party leaders. Why it matters: the choice is a monumental one. Former Land Democrats, as the party will face former Maryland Gov. Larry Hogan, a popular Republican. In November, the deep blue state is suddenly competitive. Exclusive, Rumble sues Google again. Rumble, the publicly traded YouTube alternative that's favored by conservatives, has filed a lawsuit against Google and its parent Alphabet. The big picture: the lawsuit argues that Google owes Rumble upwards of Rumble. Exclusive, Rumble sues Google again. Rumble, the publicly traded YouTube alternative that's favored by conservatives, has filed a lawsuit against Google and its parent Alphabet. The big picture: the lawsuit argues that Google owes Rumble upwards of $1 billion in damages for lost ad revenue as a client, and for illegally leveraging its dominance in ad technology to hamper Rumble's ability to compete as an ad tech competitor. Just do it, Michael Cohen says Trump told him, on Stormy Daniels' payment. Michael Cohen, former President Trump's one-time fixer, testified Monday that the former president signed off on a payment plan to reimburse him for the $130,000 payment he paid to adult film actress Stormy Daniels. Why it matters: Cohen's claim that Trump approved the plan and was aware that the payments would be marked as legal costs is at the heart of prosecutors' charges against Trump. Crypto PACs are pouring money into 2024 elections. Crypto is increasingly throwing its weight behind industry-friendly candidates. The big picture: crypto super political action committees, commonly known as PACs, have raised more than $100 million for 2024 congressional elections. According to What does the Bible say about computers? OpenBible.info Geocoding Topical Biblolabes blog. 55 Bible verses about computers. Suggest a verse. Unless otherwise indicated, all content is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution license. All scripture quotations, unless otherwise indicated, are taken from the Holy Bible, English Standard Version. Copyright signed 2001 by Crossway Bibles, a publishing ministry of Good News Publishers. Contact me, openbiblinfo@gmail.com. Two Chronicles 26:15 SV. In Jerusalem he made machines, invented, Bible Gateway. Open menu. English Standard Version. Open menu. 15 In Jerusalem he made machines, invented by skillful men, to be on the towers and the corners, to shoot arrows and great stones. And his fame spread far, for he was marvelously helped, till he was strong. Read full chapter. Drop down. Plus do you have questions about the passage you are reading? For less than $5/mo upgrade to Bible Gateway Plus and get the best value in digital Bible study. Resources for 2 Chronicles 26:15. Search find resource. Encyclopedias. 55 results. Featured suggested resources. Encyclopedias. View. Introduction to the Book of 2 Chronicles. View. Bible Gateway recommends. The best CPUs for 2024. CPU consideration number 1, goals and upgrades. It's important to set a goal for what you want to achieve with a change of desktop CPUs. What you're after is better performance, but is this performance boost desired to run games better? Is it for a system you will work on? Or do you simply have an older computer sitting around that you'd like to spiff up for internet use and watching videos? We can't stress enough the importance of knowing what you want out of your system, to make sure you don't end up with a disappointing amount of horsepower in the end, whether that's due to overspending or underspending. This also will largely help you to determine if you want to upgrade your PC or build a new one. First, we should be clear that upgrading is often a viable option, especially if you just want the system for light-duty use like web browsing. Technically, even antique PCs based on ARM's Phenom and Phenom 2 are still suitable for this task, as are Intel's Core 2 Duo and Core 2 Quad systems. But these would certainly show a good deal of slowdown if you push them very hard. These aforementioned chips certainly aren't worth upgrading or purchasing now. There are simply far better options available for the money. If your computer is relatively modern, it might be better for you to upgrade your current PC instead of buying a new one. This makes your choice of processor far simpler, as there will be a limited number of chips that will work with your current system. Upgrading isn't always an option, as you might already have the best CPU that your current motherboard supports. But as long as that's not the case, upgrading is often the most affordable way to end up with a faster PC, as you won't need to purchase other components. As to whether it's worthwhile to upgrade your system, a good rule of thumb is to consider the age of the system you're using. If that system was made within the last 10 years and doesn't already have the fastest CPU available for it, or close to it, upgrading may get you the performance boost you desire. Nothing older than this is remotely worth upgrading, as it becomes more practical to save for a newer system instead. And even with a system that's around 10 years old, it's only worth considering if you have something like an old Intel Core i3 or worse and you are upgrading to an old Core i7, but this is also only worth considering if you can find that processor for a cheap price. A quick search shows that for older Intel OGA 1155 systems, which was the platform used by Intel's 2nd and 3rd Gen Core Sandy Bridge and Ivy Bridge processors, now more than a decade old, you can buy second-hand Core i7-3770 processors for around $30 to $50 from Take Your Chances sources like eBay. This processor today would lag behind a modern Core i3, but it would still be capable of web browsing or even use in a low-end gaming PC. Again, we must stress, however, that this sort of upgrade only makes sense if you have one of the slower CPUs for that platform and are upgrading to one of the faster ones. Even if you had a Sandy Bridge Core i5, it would likely make more sense to save for a new system instead of upgrading. Upgrading more recent systems also follows this same logic, i.e. it only makes sense to upgrade if you are making a substantial jump on the same platform, and you can do so cheaply. Even on an almost new system, we would be hesitant to upgrade from, say, an AMD Ryzen 5 3600X to an AMD Ryzen 7 3700X. Or from an Intel Core i5-12600K to an Intel Core i7-12700K. It's not that there isn't a noticeable and measurable performance boost to be had here. Our reviews show that there clearly is, but the gains you receive for the cost of upgrading often don't make it worthwhile. This makes it exceedingly important that you buy the right processor for you from the start rather than waiting and trying to upgrade later. If your goal is to simply fix up your old PC for web browsing or low-end gaming, then you may want to stop reading here and see if an affordable upgrade option is available for your system. Each motherboard, including the one in your PC, has a list of supported processors that you should be able to find on the manufacturer's product page. If none of the processors supported on your current motherboard is affordably priced or a significant step up, then just forget about upgrading and start thinking about building or buying a new system instead. If your goal was instead to get a faster system for work or high-end gaming, or if upgrading just won't cut it for you, then keep reading. System Planning 101, keep your motherboard, CPU, and RAM from fighting. If you're going to build a new system, then you'll need to Netgear Orbi High Performance AC 3000 Tri-Band Wi-Fi System, RBK50 Review, Review 2017, PCMag Australia. Editor's note, this review has Apple MagSafe Battery Pack, Review 2021, PCMag Australia. If you make heavy use of your iPhone 12 and often find the battery running low while you're out and about, the Apple MagSafe Battery Pack, $99, will likely become your favorite new accessory. Small enough to slide into a pocket or bag, the MagSafe Battery Pack adds hours of use to your phone, snapping neatly into place with the aid of precisely positioned magnets. Apple's external battery solution may seem pricey when compared with other portable chargers and power banks, but its excellent build quality and 1-year warranty make it one of the best ways to charge your iPhone on the go. And our editor's choice winner for iPhone 12 compatible external batteries. Slim and sturdy. The MagSafe battery pack is a small, slightly chunky device that measures 3.75 by 2.5 by 0.43 inches, HWD. It works with every MagSafe compatible iPhone and fits perfectly on the back of the iPhone 12 mini. The aesthetic here can be best described as utilitarian. The outer shell is made of a durable white plastic with a gray Apple logo centered in the upper half. The charging face of
Must be somewhere. We're on the Apple 15 now, Hector. This one's an old news, Hector. You silly. Willy. See? Mira, amigo. About Stephen. It is good. He's good man, the man. How to protect yourself against it. Okay. Tag. What's up? Oh, the police. The iPad have the emulator. Move later. PS5. I can. Yes. Oh, deleted it. I want to get it one day.
Sony's PlayStation Portal hacked to run emulated PSP games, The Verge. Sony's new PlayStation Portal has been hacked by Google engineers to run emulated games locally. The $199.99 handheld debuted in November but was limited to just streaming games from a PS5 console and not even titles from Sony's cloud gaming service. Now, 2 Google engineers have managed to get the PPSSPP emulator running natively on the PlayStation Portal, allowing a Grand Theft Auto XP version to run on the portal without Wi-Fi streaming required. After more than a month of hard work, PPSSPP is running natively on PlayStation Portal. Yes, we hacked it, says Andy Wynn in a post on X. Wynn also confirms that exploit is all software-based, so it doesn't require any hardware modifications like additional chips or soldering. Only a photo of Grand Theft Auto, Liberty City Stories running on the PlayStation Portal has been released. Sony's PlayStation Portal hacked to run emulated PSP games, The Verge. Sony's new PlayStation Portal has been hacked by Google engineers to run emulated.
Okay, might be true, but protest we do what like we can do whatever is can hire emulators or whatever it is, and Google will know that you are trash and the second hand and that doesn't work, and they'll fuck you up and they'll kill you. Mind blowing. You have to get different accounts, create 2 or 3 different accounts with different credit cards or something. They want money and interest in hack. You have to be from another country or something. It's hacking the heck. We're blowing our emulator. We're trying to do the emulator. Ha ha ha. We're funny. We're funny. We're funny. We're funny. We're funny. We're looking for one that can do all the emulators without getting in trouble when you go to places like your own account for Sony or PlayStation or anything. You have to be creating a different account. Start one and then keep going to another. AI tools and everything is because the man is smart. He is a database, a smart, intelligent person.
Emulated games locally. The $199.99 handheld debuted in November but was limited to just streaming games from a PS5 console and not even titles from Sony's cloud gaming service. Now, 2 Google engineers have managed to get the PPSSPP emulator running natively on the PlayStation Portal, allowing a Grand Theft Auto PSP version to run on the portal without Wi-Fi streaming required. After more than a month of hard work, PPSSPP is running natively on Sony's PlayStation Portal hacked to run emulated PSP games, The Verge. Sony's new PlayStation Portal has been hacked by Google engineers to run emulated games locally. The $199.99 handheld debuted in November but was limited to just streaming games from a PS5 console and not even titles from Sony's cloud gaming service. Now, 2 Google engineers have managed to get the
But unreal. Hey. Joe Biden, government.
PPSSPP emulator running natively on
Joe Biden, government. Tupac.
the PlayStation Portal, allowing a Grand Theft Auto PSP version to run on the portal without Wi-Fi streaming required. After more than a month of hard work, PPSSPP is running natively on PlayStation Portal. Yes, we hacked it, says Andy Wynn in a post on X. Wynn also confirms that exploit is all software-based, so it doesn't require any hardware modifications like additional chips or soldering. Only a photo off Grand Theft Auto, Liberty City Stories running on the PlayStation Portal has been released so far. But Wynn may release some videos to demonstrate exploit at the weekend. Wynn is a cloud vulnerability researcher at Google, and he has worked with fellow Google security engineer Callie Svensson on the PlayStation Portal project. Wynn, better known as Theflo, has discovered multiple PS4 and PS5 exploits in the past. He's due to detail a new
And they're allowed to do laser, put on a shirt, and you you disappear, or you do some disappearing magic. You put the blanket and you can disappear.
a new PS4 exploit in May. While the PlayStation Portal exploit is the latest in a long line of PlayStation exploits, it's not clear if or when a jailbreak will be made available for everyone. There's no release planned in the near future. And there's much more work to be done, explains Wynn in a follow-up post on X. If a mod is eventually released, then it could greatly improve the PlayStation Portal by adding the ability to run software locally, including game emulators and perhaps even Android games.
My God, mind blowing. Fucked up. Oopala.
Sony, The Verge. It's hard to imagine a company with a greater influence on consumer electronics than Sony. You can trace a direct line from the Walkman, the first portable media player, to the smartphone. Today, Sony is a massive force in gaming, making the PlayStation and publishing games for it and other platforms. Sony image
Sony.
sensors are in iPhones as well as its own mirrorless cameras. Not to mention the OLED TVs, smartphones, noise-canceling headphones, music, TV, and film publishing, and, yes, robot dogs. We'll sell 25 million PS5 consoles, no 21 meters, actually 20.8 meters. It's no secret that the PS5 has entered the latter stage of its life cycle, with Sony resetting sales expectations in February. Today's earnings report shows it just missing that revised 21 meters target by selling 20.8 million consoles for the fiscal year. We'll see if the rumored PS5 Pro helps change the trajectory before the year is done. A downward trend. Image, Sony. Sony teaches a new robot dog old tricks. Abo, Sony's four-legged entertainment robot, hit the shelves in 1999, to the utter horror of parents, like my own, who had barely recovered from Furbies. Launching the year prior. Happy 25th birthday, you old dog. My inner child is heartbroken to have never owned you. But my now 30-year-old self will happily skip the current model's near $3,000 price tag. Sony is now in play to buy Paramount. Paramount has formally begun negotiating with the company as the period of exclusive talks with the Hollywood studio Skydance lapsed on Friday night. According to the New York Times today, Sony, which signaled its interest in buying Paramount last week, would reportedly hold controlling shares, while Apollo would have a minority stake. If the deal goes through, Sony is abruptly shutting down Little Big Planet 3 servers and wiping out 16 years of player-created levels. When Nintendo shut down Super Mario Maker servers, it gave players over 3 years to enjoy and document their own work before the bitter end. But PlayStation isn't giving fans time to say goodbye, it's yanking the rug. Hope you saved a copy of your level locally. Neelay really wants to talk about new Sony TVs. That is the name of this segment on Vergecast about Sony's new Bravia 9 Series hats ready to challenge OLED. How much do they cost? That's harder to discuss, despite David's prodding. The Bravia 9 retails for $3,299.99, and that's just for the 65-inch model. Going up in size from there, it's $3,999.99 75-inch, and $5,499.99 85-inch. Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum faked the moon landing. Or they will, in a new movie called Flee Me to the Moon, from Apple Original Films, and distributed by Sony Pictures. The movie imagines Johansson and Tatum as Kelly Jones and Cole Davis, who are given the directive to film a fake Apollo landing just in case the real one goes sideways. It hits theaters July 12th. Go read Digital Foundry on the PS5 Pro. The most trusted source for console analysis has just corroborated and analyzed it leaks. Those hoping that PS5 Pro will turn CPU-limited 30 FPS titles into super smooth 60 FPS experiences will be disappointed, writes Richard Leadbetter, but he thinks PS5 Pro should be able to deliver a far higher perceptual increase in resolution versus PS5 than the PS4 Pro did against its junior variant. Lots more nuance here, including how PS5 Pro has 1.2GB more RAM for games. Ignore the development game menu in the latest update to Marvel's Spider-Man 2. The Spider-Man 2 update heading features like New Game Plus, Time of Day options, Mission Replay, and more arrived today. But players quickly discovered something wasn't right with version 1.002.000, which included a development game menu that wasn't meant to be there. Players who poked around told Polygon they found cheats and more. Insomniac Games later warned players not to tinker with the menu or risk corrupted saves. A hotfix is on the way. Sony says a GeForce RTX 4080 or Radeon RX 7900 XT will run Forbidden West at 4K/60 FPS on PC. But you can squeak by at 720p and 30 FPS with a GeForce GTX 1654GB or an RX 5500 XT 4GB, according to the PlayStation blog. Space-wise, the game weighs in at 150GB. Horizon Forbidden West Complete Edition for PC is out on March 21st. Pre-orders are live on Steam and the Epic Games Store. Horizon Forbidden West Complete Edition ain't asking for much. Insomniac Games later warned players not to tinker with the menu or risk corrupted saves. A hotfix is on the way. Sony says a GeForce RTX 4080 or Radeon RX 7900 XT will run Forbidden West at 4K/60 FPS on PC. But you can squeak by at 720p and 30 FPS with a GeForce GTX 1654GB or an RX 50.
Oh no. Did it? Okay.
Tom Warren profile and activity, The Verge. Tom Warren is a senior editor for The Verge. Tom previously founded Winrumors, a site dedicated to Microsoft News, before joining The Verge. Tom also used to work as an enterprise project manager in a variety of investment banks, and has a background in IT and Windows engineering. Tom has appeared on CNN, CNN International, BBC News, Channel 4, MSNBC, Twit, and many others over the years. You can reach Tom confidentially on Signal Her, Twitter, Threads. PlayStation leader Jim Ryan to retire after 28 years with Sony, The Verge. Jim Ryan, the head of PlayStation and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, is stepping down. In a press release on Wednesday, Sony announced that Ryan will retire in March 2024. While Sony Group Corporation President and Chief Operating Officer Hiroki Todoki will take on the interim CEO role starting April 1, 2024. After 30 years, I have made the decision to retire from SIE in March 2024. I've relished the opportunity to have a job I love in a very special company, working with great people and incredible partners, Ryan says in a statement. But I found it increasingly difficult to reconcile living in Europe and working in North America. I will leave having been privileged to work on products that have touched millions of lives across the world. PlayStation will always be part of my life, and I feel more optimistic than ever about the future of Z. Ryan has worked at Sony for 28 years, starting his career at the company's European branch in 1994, where he's held several leadership positions, including the head of global sales and marketing. In 2019, Ryan replaced John Cotera as the president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment. During his time at Sony, Ryan most notably oversaw the launch of the PlayStation 5. While supply chain constraints made the console hard to find during and after the COVID pandemic, shipments managed to bounce back. In July, Sony announced that it sold 40 million PS5s. Ryan has been a persistent figure in the battle between Microsoft and the FTC over its plans to buy gaming publishing behemoth Activision Blizzard. Earlier this year, comments from Ryan surfaced stating that the acquisition wasn't about console exclusivity, contradicting claims Sony made publicly that the deal could negatively impact Activision Blizzard games appearing on PlayStation consoles. Todoki will become the chairman of Sony Interactive Entertainment in October 2023 ahead of Ryan's departure. Once appointed interim CEO, Sony says Todoki will work closely with Sony Group Corporation Chairman and CEO Kenichiro Yoshida and the management team of Z to help define the next chapter of PlayStation's future, including the succession of the Z CEO role. Correction September 28, 4:17 a.m. ET added information about the PS5 and corrected to say that Jim Ryan is CEO of Sony Interactive, not Sony.
Not Sony.
Sony names new PlayStation leaders following Jim Ryan's retirement, The Verge. Sony is appointing co-CEOs Herman Hulst and Hideki Nishino to lead its PlayStation business from June 1st. Herman Hulst, who currently serves as PlayStation Studios chief, will be appointed as CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment's Z Studio Business Group. Hideki Nishino will be appointed CEO of Z's Platform Business Group, and both will report up to Sony CFO and Z Chairman Hiroki Todoki. The unusual appointment of co-CEOs comes just months after former
Whoa.
PlayStation boss Jim Ryan retired. Todoki had been serving as interim CEO.
I'm stopping it. Get out of it.
The most important quotes from Brazil manager Dorival Jr.'s latest press conference. May 10, 2024. The Selecao will face Mexico and the United States in friendly set of the CONMEBOL Copa America trademark sign. The coach pointed out that the squad is not definitive. I ask that all the players are ready. Brazil's head coach Dorival Jr. announced on Friday a list of Brazil squad for the upcoming friendlies, with potential candidates for CONMEBOL Copa America 2024 trademark sign in the United States in June. The nine-time champions will make their tournament debut against Costa Rica on June 24th at Sophie Stadium in Inglewood, California. Click here for tickets. Before that, the Canarinha will play friendlies against Mexico, June 8, and the United States, June 12, also on North American soil. The most important quotes from the Brazilian boss. Brazil needs protagonists, and not just one protagonist. I think that the division of responsibilities is going to make our team grow, help it take shape. And it is important that we have players of this level, playing together. We have to make sure that, within our group, everyone's responsibilities arise. That everyone is integrated and gives their best. Everyone is called by the moment in which they are living. I can't think beyond Copa America. We have to be totally focused on the goal that we are all very clear about. We think about a competition in stages. Trying to be the best team possible in the first phase, that's the first goal. It's a big challenge. We'll have time to work and train. It's all a matter of time, of patience, so that we can always achieve the best. What we have to take into account is to assess the moment and, within it, the training we are looking for in this competition. I hope we have a great tournament because of the ability and quality of the players who will be here. Let's hope and see if this progress will continue to happen, so that we can improve even more than when we started. Since it will be essential for us to win such an important competition. The competition will allow everyone to be together for a long time, so this team will be able to acquire everything we expect from them to win. I hope that answer is on the pitch. It's a typical competition that's very close to a World Cup because of the time we're going to be together, and that, I hope, will take until the last game. That's confidence, that's what we believe in. We respect all our rivals but always believing in the potential and ability of the Brazilian athlete. It would be utopian to say that there is no concern for results. We are committed to thinking about the future. But we'll be in a competition that is important for any team in South American football. A competition that will give us a little clearer idea of the moment we are living. We are going to face our rivals from the continent, who today are highly qualified and in a process of growth, each in their own way. But it's a tournament that no longer represents what it was years ago, when 3 or 4 teams had supremacy over the others. We have a very complicated, difficult, and hard-fought championship. For me, it's more than a preparation for what we might face in the future. We are going to do everything we can to be in the last game of this competition, which, for us, is undoubtedly very important. All the players who wear this shirt have an obligation to try to give the best of themselves in terms of commitment. That's the spirit we want. For me, it was a pleasure, after returning from the last friendlies, to see the satisfaction in the faces of the Brazilian fans. The pleasure of living the life of the Brazilian national team again. This is the response we want, for everyone to participate in this recovery process. Which is going to be very important. They are a 5-time world championship team. We have a great responsibility here in front of more than 200 million people, who will surely stop to watch their team on the pitch. We have to do everything we can to give dignity to our fans. Photos by CBF.
Where do you get there? Oh, here.
The CONMEBOL Copa America trademark sign coaches, Ricardo Gareca. The Argentine took over Chile in 2024, and the CONMEBOL Copa America trademark sign will be his first major tournament leading La Roja. He was already a runner-up in the tournament while coaching Peru. Ricardo Gareca was born in Buenos Aires in 1958. As a player, at the club level, he is remembered for having played for both Boca and River. He played in the CONMEBOL Copa America trademark sign for the Argentine national team in 1983 and scored a goal in a classic match against Brazil. Another important goal he scored with the Albiceleste was against Peru, securing qualification for the 1986 World Cup, which Argentina would go on to win. As a coach, his most outstanding stint at club level was at Vélez Sarsfield, where he won 4 titles in 5 years, as well as reaching the semi-finals of the CONMEBOL Libertadores in 2011. In 2015, Gareca took over the Peru national team and became a Peruvian idol. He qualified for the 2018 World Cup and had a string of remarkable performances in the CONMEBOL Copa America trademark sign. In the 4 occasions he participated, he always advanced from the group stage and accumulated a runner-up finish, 2019, a 3rd place, 2015, a 4th place, 2021, and quarterfinals, 2016. He was the coach of Peru until 2022 and ended with a total of 96 matches, quite the accomplishment for a manager of a national team. Chile begins the CONMEBOL Copa America trademark sign coaches, Ricardo Gareca. The Argentine took over Chile in 2024, and the CONMEBOL Copa America trademark sign will be his first major tournament leading La Roja. He was already a runner-up in the tournament while coaching Peru. Ricardo Gareca was born in Buenos Aires in 1958. As a player, at the club level, he is remembered for having played for both Boca and River. He played in the CONMEBOL Copa America trademark sign for the Argentine national team in 1983 and scored a goal in a classic match against Brazil. Another important goal he scored with the Albiceleste was against Peru, securing qualification for the 1986 World Cup, which Argentina would go on to win. As a coach, his most outstanding stint at club level was at Vélez Sarsfield, where he won 4 titles in 5 years, as well as reaching the semi-finals of the CONMEBOL Libertadores in 2011. In 2015, Gareca took over the Peru national team and became a Peruvian idol. He qualified for the 2018 World Cup and had a string of remarkable performances in the CONMEBOL Copa America trademark sign. In the 4 occasions he participated, he always advanced from the group stage and accumulated a runner-up finish, 2019, a 3rd place, 2015, a 4th place, 2021, and quarterfinals, 2016. He was the coach of Peru until 2022 and ended with a total of 96 matches, quite the accomplishment for a manager of a national team. Chile begins the CONMEBOL Copa America United States 2024 trademark sign against Peru on the CONMEBOL Copa America trademark sign. In the 4 occasions he participated, he always advanced from the group stage and accumulated a runner-up finish, 2019, a 3rd place, 2015, a 4th place, 2021, and quarterfinals, 2016. He was the coach of Peru until 2022 and ended with a total of 96 matches, quite the accomplishment for a manager of a national team. Chile begins the CONMEBOL Copa America United States 2024 trademark sign against Peru on June 21st. The other members of group are Argentina and Canada. With extensive experience, Ricardo Gareca. He was the coach of Peru until 2022 and ended with a total of 96 matches, quite the accomplishment for a manager of a national team. Chile begins the CONMEBOL Copa America United States 2024 trademark sign against Peru on June 21st. The other members of group are Argentina and Canada. With extensive experience, Ricardo Gareca took over Chile in 2024 with the hope that La Roja would once again be a protagonist in continental football.
So Chile plays Argentina, Canada, and Peru first on the June. Okay. Go o a o a o te amo como quiero. Yo te amo como quiero. O, ta, a. ¿Qué pasa? Que te mueves nomás. No seas tonto. ¿Qué te pasa, revolución? canta esto muy caliente. La gente, 1, 2, baila, aplaudo, aplaudo, aplaudo. Estoy pateando, Australia, Latino, Chaco, bye bye, I love you. I love you. I have to go now. It's too much. Got a headache. I love you, I love you, I love you. On the name of God, on Jesus Christ, that died for us. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Poof, ah, poof, ah. Boom, boom, pa. I love you. Say thank you. Can up. Harden up. I love you. Sporty, please. Thank you.